Hi, Commissioner Fisher.
Good evening, Nanette. How are you this evening?
I'm good.
Are we the only two on so far?
Well, Eric's on, or they're signed in. Eric, Dan Callahan, Commissioner. Oh, and Michelle's there.
There we go.
Hi.
Good evening.
Yeah. So, a couple of us. I didn't hear anything from Brendan, so I would expect that he's here.
He's probably just running a little late.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he might just be running late.
Steps.
Oh, he's on his way up. Everybody's watching the vice president debate, right?
I don't watch any of that political stuff. I don't even watch our own stuff except for what I have to.
Yeah, that.
My nerves can't take it.
Me neither.
That email that was sent out, they beat up on Brendan a little bit. He's probably having to lick his wounds a little bit before he gets here tonight.
Uh-uh.
I thought that was a little unfair.
You know, you got to have thick skin to serve in the Butte-Silver Council of Commissioners.
It was a beautiful night out there tonight.
It's been, I hope this is not just the calm before the storm. They said Sunday's going to get a little gnarly for a few days.
Yeah.
I like it when the leaves stay on the trees for a little while so we get to enjoy them.
Oh, I know. It's beautiful.
We went out camping over last weekend, and I'll tell you, it was so beautiful. Some of them Quaker nests looks like the trees and the leaves look like they glow in the dark even. As the moon was going down and the trees were lighting up, it kind of had an effect that you wouldn't see anywhere else. I'll tell you, we're lucky to live in Montana.
Mm-hmm. Very. For many reasons.
A little bit off the beaten path. I spent a couple days in Missoula here this week. I had a couple deals over there, and with the Yellowstone movie being filmed over there, it's busier than heck over there. You wouldn't believe it. And then I had to go over to Bozeman, and I got to go back tomorrow. We are very, very lucky to live here and do what we do because the traffic over there is so congested.
Can't stand it.
Construction is just as bad as ours or anywhere else.
Yeah. I just seen Brendan for a second there. There he is.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Good evening,
Commissioner Fisher. I'm not looking at my wounds. And I will prove otherwise. Following emails. I'll call the Finance and Budget Committee. October 7th, 2020 to order. I'm going to start with Commissioner Fisher tonight.
Thank you, Chairman McDonough. I do have a few questions tonight. I'm just like every other guy that's in this position. We got to have a little bit of diversification. So I had a question on claim number 2424, CCCS, page 56. It's just kind of a new one I hadn't seen before for $17,800.
Okay. So I don't have it right here. I know exactly which one you're talking about. This must be out of order, but so they have two separate contracts with us now. One is the tribal jail diversion tribal matching grant that we received through the sheriff's department and the county attorney's office for some time now. We used to work with Western Montana Mental Health, but during this last cycle, we awarded the contract to CCCS. And then the other part of that payment is also for an additional amount of money that we received because of the CARES Act.
Okay.
It's called SAMHSA grant. It's some additional funding for dealing with mental crisis and mental issues and the jail and whatnot as a result of COVID. And so that was a second contract that had also went through council not too long ago.
So these are grants that Butte-Silver Guild, and then we forward the funds more or less to the vendor.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm. And they all relate. Some of the services, though, are ours directly. So, like in the jail diversion, in both of them, actually, there's therapists in the jail. There's crisis response teams for the county attorney's office. Mental commitment. They assist with the mental commitment evaluation, the pre-evaluations. They go to the hospital, so our officers don't have to go to the hospital sometimes. So they do services for Butte-Silver as well. So it's not just kind of like a pass-through like some of our grants. So there's services attached that they perform.
Thank you, Danette. I just something new I hadn't seen in the few years I've been on this committee. Chairman McDonough, I also have a question on claim 2423. The big sky, it's on page 57. Some type of training.
Oh,
23.
yes. So this is part of a grant that we also received. So it's part of that additional SAMHSA grant funding that you've seen related to the a payment that you just talked about with CCCS.
Okay.
This part, so the grant was broke up. I hope I get this right when I say this. It was like 60% related to the jail and the detention center and the mental commitments, similar to what the CCS tribal diversion matching grant was. Then another portion of it had to be used to be expended towards providing therapy and counseling and access to other avenues for the medical workers that were other frontline workers that were impacted by COVID. So that's another piece of the grant. And I think for this part, I think on our grant, it was about $10,000 on the grant.
I guess my question, it's only $1,200, which is not a big thing, but whom are we training?
So this is only a month, Bill, or this is only for the first round of treatments. There's going to be several different types of classes that this Chance Eaton provides as part of his contract with us, and up to $10,000. And so it's like our health department people can attend these sessions. Any medical workers at the hospital, at community health, at CCCS, because they have nurses and staff that have treated COVID impact patients. So it's those type of people that we're just kind of like the holding point for this type of stress relief. Some of the other granting agencies are using yoga classes and different other. And so when our team met, we met as a group and we met as a community outreach committee, and we determined that it was better and more beneficial and we could reach more people if they held these type of seminars, and then we could include all the other impacted people that were frontline workers.
So
I have a list. I should tell you there. Well, I don't know if I have it here, but for our grant reporting, I can get that for you for next time. For the grant reporting, we have to list how many people attended each session. And
so will it be like $1,200 per month, or will it be different?
It'll be different per month. I can't remember. There's throughout the next 5 or 6 months, there's several different sessions of different how to deal with COVID, how to deal with the stress, how to deal, managing your home life and dealing with being a frontline worker. There was a bunch of different trainings.
Satisfactory. Thank you. Chairman McDonough, if I could, one more, please.
Mr. Fisher?
Claim 2369. It's the Walsh. It's on page 98 and on 102 for vaulted sidewalks. I was just wondering where the vaulted sidewalks were on that one, because the rest had an address, but this one didn't.
This is the Phoenix building sidewalks. This is part of the contract and the agreement when we did the parking garage, but we took on making the payments directly for the project.
Okay.
I think you signed an amendment to the agreement in the spring, probably, before they bid this out.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it now. I just didn't have an address. I wasn't sure which one it was. Thank you, Chairman McDonough.
Yeah. Commissioner Callahan.
Thank you, Chairman McDonough. I got a question on claim number 2167.
What's it on, or what's due?
It's purchase some tools from Home Depot.
Okay. And what's your question? Are you,
I guess my question is you don't have a Home Depot.
well, it goes back to the same, even when we purchase on Amazon or they purchase, the finance and budget department doesn't get control of where they purchase the supplies from. I'll tell you what, was it listed what it was? These are out there.
It was batteries and charger for Makita Tools.
Yeah, I mean, we always make recommendations that they can get those things locally if they can. I don't have it. What one was it?
Claim number 2167, Public Works.
I was trying to see which department, but I'm not seeing it.
I think it was under Parks.
Not seeing the claim. There's so many claims, they might have actually had a couple out of order, but
I know Joe Wilmhauer didn't tell us that we had gotten a Home Depot yet, so I was hoping.
it was definitely Home Depot, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I can't answer for the department head. Those are questions like when we send out those comment sheets, like when we send out the expenditure list, if you give us a heads up, we can reach out to the department and ask those questions before the committee meeting so we can share that information. But I can follow up with them to ask why Home Depot for the next meeting, but.
That'd be great. That's all for me,
Okay.
Chairman McDonough.
Thank you. Commissioner O'Neill.
No, I don't have anything, Chairman McDonough. I just do agree with the Home Depot thing. I'm sure we're all guilty of probably shopping out of town for certain things we have to. But Makita Tools, there's plenty of places to buy them here in town. So obviously, I missed that one, but that's all I have.
Okay. Commissioner Shea.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have nothing to add tonight. Thank you.
Danette, I have a couple.
Sure. I've just taken notes.
Sorry. I'm running the meeting on my computer and the agenda on my phone.
Okay. Uh-oh. Did we lose him? I think he turned us off.
Who's that?
Oh, there you go.
For the URA revolving loan fund, claim 2271, Kimball Pipes.
Yep.
You give us a heads up on what Kimball Pipes is.
I don't know what Kimball Pipes is. I do know that the loan document and paperwork is all here. What was it, 2271? I looked at it.
2271.
Yeah.
And then there's another claim, 2272, Kimball
Yep.
Pipes.
Yep. One of them is paying the BLDC for the loan agreement, right?
Yeah,
And the other one is actually two then for the payment, like 33% or 30%.
correct, 100,000.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. Okay. So let me grab I can tell you the address on the loan documents. There's a trust indenture here. It's Angela Haskett is the owner or grantor. I don't know if she's just a trustee or. It just gives the trust indenture. It really doesn't tell us. 129 West Park Street, but that, I think Angela, works at Kiwi Law maybe.
Yes.
So I think that's part of the paperwork here. Okay, here we go. The company is from Bozeman, 1262 Stone Ridge Drive, Bozeman, Montana. Talks about the repayment of the loan. The security. Dan Callahan, is Dave Palmer in his office? He would know about this.
He definitely is. I'll run grab him.
So I'm not holding everybody up.
I guess part of my curiosity is the dollar amount, but the other part of my curiosity was that I'm not mistaken that Keith Kimball was the accountant for the URA.
Yeah.
The name kind of, just curious if that's.
Dave will know it. Kimball, we gave a URA loan to Kimball Pipes from Bozeman.
Kimball, I'm not quite sure with it. What was it to?
Kimball Pipes. It was 640 Kimball Pipes. And they're out of Bozeman.
And it's a URA loan?
Yes.
Hmm.
Or possibly 201 West Broadway as an address here, but I don't know if that's exactly the site of the. I thought you might have known.
I believe they purchased the church down there on the corner, the Methodist church or whatever it is, and they're remodeling that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. That makes
They've got
sense.
they're doing a lot of work in there. They're refurbishing a lot of the inside. So it's, the people are out of Bozeman. They live in Bozeman. They actually purchased it. I believe they're actually going to live here. They're moving in.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. That makes sense.
And the other one you were talking about, I know it was the BLD, the payment to the BLDC for the loan, right?
Yeah.
Activity, yeah.
I'm just curious who the, that's kind of a substantial dollar amount.
Yeah, and the term sheet usually gives you the information on it of what the dollars were going to be used for, but this one doesn't. So.
And Danette, can you tell me if, or refresh my memory on the URA sidewalk program every year for vaulted sidewalks? Is that a release bid? Or is it by project?
Usually by project, because they run into so many difficulties with the different, they don't know what they're going to run into. So in the past, they tried to do them as a lump, and then they ran into all those issues that had to be the vaulted sidewalks. So right now she does one by one type of projects.
Okay. That's it for me, I think. Mr. Anderson, do you have anything? He's got headphones in. Are you participating? You're on mute if you are.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
No, I was just going through the record here. I didn't have any questions. Thank you. I just tried not to disturb the other people in the room.
Commissioner Fisher.
Thank you, Chairman McDonough. I didn't have nothing. I had one question on a budget transfer, and I think Danette could probably answer that for me. Freight on the sandbox for the dump truck. And I think it was $652, if I'm not mistaken. Does that sound right?
Yes, so it was an additional amount. I think we originally budgeted, I'd have to look to tell you exactly what we budgeted, but it came in that much higher than what the original budget was.
So I guess my question is, when we purchase a dump truck or a sand truck, whatever it is, and we do it FOB Butte, Montana, doesn't that include the sandbox? I mean,
Yes, this is a replacement box for one of the trucks.
oh, I thought it was for a new truck.
No,
Sorry.
this one, and, I just had it.
That's no problem. If that's the case, I understand. Thank you.
Let me make sure because we're not buying a new one this year, so I'm pretty, it was a carryover actually from last year's budget, the box.
That's what it says, yes.
Yeah, so it was a replacement box.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Anything further? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Oh, Brendan, I had one thing to share. So I don't have the page number out down here on your expenditure list, but there was a Fund 2821 that said there was no explanation on it. And that is, I don't know why it showed up like that this time. It's actually the House Bill 473 road money, the road tax money. And so we'll get that corrected. It's on page 120. We'll get that corrected.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Motion to adjourn.
Hold on. Commissioner Shea, a motion to approve the,
Yeah, I will make a motion that we have reviewed the expenditure list for Tuesday, September 29th in the amount of $81,677.38. And the expenditure list for Tuesday, October 6th, 2020 in the amount of $1,584,248.54 and make a motion to approve.
thank you.
Second.
Motion on the floor and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you.
Chairman McDonough.
Thank you.
See you later.